The argument that's rising in popularity. Vegans kill more animals than non-vegans. Sounds like something you might hear at a family dinner or on an ill-informed podcast. Well, buckle up, because today we're going to unravel this bizarre claim, and spoiler alert, it doesn't hold up. Okay, so first off, what's the deal with this claim? You've probably heard it from anti-vegan folks like Joe Rogan, Taylor Sheridan, Piers Morgan, Jeremy Clarkson, Jordan Peterson, Ted Nugent. The list goes on and on. Even Kevin Costner was forced to spit this nonsense in an episode of the hit show Yellowstone. They argue that growing crops for plant-based foods like soy, corn and wheat kills more animals like insects, rodents and birds. And on top of that, they claim vegans are too naive to realise animals are killed by crop farming. So they say, vegans are responsible for more animal deaths than meat eaters. Really though? Is that actually the case? Let's break it down. Here's where things get a little murky. The main source of direct animal deaths in our food system is animal agriculture. This is where billions of animals intentionally are bred, raised and slaughtered every year for meat, eggs and dairy. It's estimated that over 70 billion animals are killed globally each year for food. That's billions of chickens, cows, pigs and more, all bred and raised with a single purpose: to end up on someone's plate. Now, to put that into perspective, as of December 2024, the global human population is estimated to be around 8 billion people. And with the estimation of between 120 to 130 billion people to have ever existed on this planet, that means every 2 years, more animals are killed for food than humans have ever lived on Earth. And that's not even counting the impact of industrial fishing. Trawlers with their massive nets can capture hundreds of thousands of fish in one haul. But the toll doesn't stop there. These giant nets also trap bycatch, animals like turtles, whales, dolphins, manta rays and sharks that weren't intended for capture but suffer the same fate. This bycatch often includes endangered species and wreaks havoc on marine ecosystems, contributing to the decline of marine biodiversity. Not only that, but the agricultural industry, particularly livestock farming, is one of the leading causes of habitat loss around the world. Forests and grasslands are cleared to make way for grazing land or to grow animal feed, displacing wildlife and reducing biodiversity. This loss of habitat is devastating for countless species and is another major consequence of our food system. Now, don't get me wrong, crop farming does cause some harm to animals, specifically incidental deaths. Animals like rodents, insects, small mammals and birds can get killed due to pesticides, habitat disruption, or just being in the wrong place at the wrong time when a combine harvester rolls through. But here's the key part. These deaths are incidental. They happen because we're growing food to feed humans, not to deliberately kill animals for food or profit. So, while the harm is unfortunate, it's not even in the same ballpark as the systematic intentional killing that occurs in the meat and dairy industries, where animals are often trapped in horrendous conditions that amount to torture. Plus, the majority of crops grown around the world are actually used to feed the animals that are raised for slaughter. Vegans aren't supporting industries that breed and slaughter animals specifically for food, and that makes a huge difference. Here's the thing. Vegans are reducing harm on a massive scale. By cutting out animal products, vegans directly reduce the demand for animal agriculture. That means fewer animals bred, raised and slaughtered for meat and dairy, and fewer crops grown to feed the 70 billion animals raised per year for food, meaning fewer animals are killed in crop harvesting. And what about the environmental impact? Well, it's not just about the animals. The entire system of plant-based food production has a much smaller carbon footprint than meat production. It uses less water, less land, and produces fewer greenhouse gases. Let's talk about the classic "what about" questions. What about the poor animals killed by pesticides and farming? It's a deflection. And honestly, yes, crop farming has its issues, but when you compare it to industrial animal agriculture, it's like comparing a paper cut to your house burning down. And what about sustainable animal agriculture? Well, to put it bluntly, there is no such thing. Sustainable animal agriculture still involves raising and killing animals for food, requiring more land, more resources, and yep, more animal deaths. This is why so much of the Amazon rainforest is being destroyed to clear land for cattle ranching. We should absolutely care about minimising harm in crop farming too. There are better farming practices like organic farming, regenerative agriculture techniques, and even wildlife corridors that can protect animal habitats. But the key difference is that veganism is part of a broader movement to reduce harm and promote sustainable food systems. It's about moving away from systems that breed and kill animals for profit. So let's recap. Does being vegan cause more animal deaths than eating meat? Absolutely not. In fact, it's the exact opposite. By choosing plant-based foods, we're reducing the demand for factory farming, lowering our environmental impact, and helping to end the systemic killing of animals for food. And again, crop farming isn't perfect, and there's always room for improvement. But at the end of the day, veganism is a powerful tool for creating a more compassionate world, not just for animals, but for the planet as a whole. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe, and share the truth about veganism with your friends. Let's make the world a kinder place, 1 meal at a time. And if you're willing and able, here are just some actions you can take for conservation, climate change, and animal welfare.